Morning everyone, that's the equipment we're going to be playing with today. We're cleaning out the corrals. I'm going to go meet my dad and my sister in the corrals, and we're going to take an entire corral out, take all the animals out, and that way I can have at it all day long. Take the straw pack out, take the muck out with the loader and the budding manure spreader MX285. Let's go. Let's go. He's not scared of you.
Dad, go videotape your big sister struggling.
Dude, the concrete's literally just right there. Keep going. Come on, Neline, you can do it.
Okay.
Nice. That was brutal.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Well, we got the starts on the corral. We pushed all the muck in towards the corral, and that way we can back in with the manure wagon and start filling it. It's always more efficient to back into the corral versus filling it from the alley. But we always push it in, and then we clean pretty tight and clean behind the concrete pads. Behind all the feed bunks and water bowls, there's concrete pads, and that transitions pretty roughly into the rest of the corral, which is just dirt. So we always gotta clean it really good and then put some gravel here and kind of make a ramp for the tires of the manure wagon. It's terrible for the concrete if you would just take a loaded wagon over that edge constantly all day. You're probably gonna snap a big chunk off, and that's also terrible on the tires. Tires aren't cheap. Just put some gravel there. A few bucks of gravel is gonna save you a lot of money. So we got that ramp built, grabbed the manure wagon now, should be warmed up. It's been running for over an hour. Well, you guys saw it there on the video. I had to attempt that twice. I wanted so badly for it just to go perfect the first time, put it on video. But we'll leave it in, that's how it goes. I think we're gonna grab some straw pack, put it close to the door in the back of that manure spreader, and that's hopefully going to stop this slop from seeping out. And then we'll grab slop and put it in there. Just get some solids along the liner of that door so we don't spill anything on the road. That is a very sloppy first load. Let's bring it out to the field. Looks like we didn't spill any slop, which is really, really good news. I'm really happy about that. See if it was leaking out the back at all. Nope, this is looking pretty good. So I guess putting the straw pack in the back of the wagon and then slop on top is how we're gonna have to start those corrals. Really worried about how wet this field is and how soft it's gonna be. This is a really different soil type than the soil we put the liquid manure on. It's a lot darker, holds moisture a lot better, and it's way less sandy. They call this sandy loam, and what we have by the yard is just sand. So this is usually a lot softer in the spring, but it's also had enough time to dry, I think, so there's only one way to find out. Just starting to unload that first load right now. I always struggle with the first few loads, how quick I can open that door. I hate so much just dropping a whole bunch of slop out at once. It all pushes out, it flows out into those beaters, and you end up with piles in the field. It's gonna make seeding really annoying for our seeder. Dumping the first load of straw pack manure on the field, which is significant because this has a lot of hemp straw in there. It's something I was worried about in the last couple of weeks here. We've just been throwing hemp bales in there without even putting them through our bale shredder. So long pieces of hemp straw are in this straw pack that we're spreading right now. We'll hop out when this thing is empty. It doesn't seem to be drawing the tractor down any more than usual though, which is a really good sign. We'll check it out after we're done spreading it though and see if there's any straw caught on the beaters. Hemp straw is pretty much like rope. So we just finished dumping that load. It is windy out here in Saskatchewan today. What else is new? But these are the beaters. There's not a bit of hemp straw on them, so that's a really good sign. Bit of net wrap, of course. Bit of twine, you're always gonna have that. And as far as how it spread, well, I think it did phenomenal. It's way better than I expected. I was really thinking this hemp was gonna be a big problem for us this spring, but based on this, no problem whatsoever. Phenomenal. This is not our most dense hemp straw pack. We have some other straw packs in the corrals that'll have way more straw, hemp straw, but I don't even notice it at all in this load. So I can't really see it being a problem anymore. Shredding is rough through that bale shredder, but if you can get it through there, why not? Cheap bedding. It's probably something we can use in the future. So we got Maximi's on top of the Gia tank there, cleaning it off. I dropped it off here yesterday when we finished up liquid manure. Pumps over there. It's pretty nice not having to clean it, but I'm doing other shitty work, I guess you could say. Anyway, grab a coffee and get back to hauling. Probably about a little over halfway cleaning this corral out by now, but this loader's squeaking, so it needs some grease. I didn't grease it before. I kind of figured it'd be good to go, but if it's squeaking, go put some grease in those grease zerks, because that is terrible. You can hear it, it's pretty clear. Okay, we got grease in pretty much everything. You can see it coming through there nicely. I kind of suspect that one was squeaking because it was really tough to get grease in it. But we'll see how it sounds now. Smooth like butter. I'd say we're about 2/3 done this corral now. And the craziest thing about cleaning the corral is you take all the muck out. If the sun's shining, it's a little bit windy like it is today, it dries immediately on the ground. There's like, it's still a little bit gooey here, but it's dry on the top, which is insane. Where we take the straw pack away too, the mud is just completely gone. It dries right away. Like there's just literally no moisture here at all. It's crazy, and it immediately makes the living situation for the animals better when we do clean the corrals out. Dinner?
Yep.
Well, thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Going home now. It's just after 10, but the worst thing about today is that I didn't even finish that first corral. We're hauling it to a field that's so far away. I think it's an 8-kilometer round trip total. So each load is taking about 45 minutes. It's taking a long time, but I got all the time in the world. We got enough people to milk now, so I could just focus on hauling those corrals to a far field that's never had manure before, where we can benefit a lot more from the nutrients out of that manure versus putting it on a field that's closer by and finishing a lot quicker. So we'll see how long this ends up taking. Maybe I'll switch to a field that's closer to the farm eventually. But first we're gonna see how it goes, hauling out to that field, see how many corrals we can hammer out in the first week, and then see where we're at. But that is gonna be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.